From the Oklahoman newsroom, this is an OU update. I'm Jenny Carlson here with Ryan Aber. Ryan, another close but not close enough game for the Sooners on Monday night, a big Monday against West Virginia. Sooners fall just short, 75-73, and obviously Trae Young used differently, I think it's safe to say, in this game. Clearly a point guard, clearly a guy that's initiated a lot for the Sooners, but didn't necessarily have the ball in his hands a ton against West Virginia. What was the rationale behind all that?
Well, a couple things. One, the fact that Trae Young was feeling a little bit ill last night. He wasn't quite 100%. They wanted to give him a little bit of a break. And the other one is he's being guarded by Jevon Carter, the best defender in the country, certainly the best perimeter defender in the country, and it made him much harder on him to bring the ball up the floor. So that certainly changed the complexion of OU's offense. Even though Trae Young was able to do what he does, score 32 points, their offense didn't have much of a flow to it. Yeah,
and you mentioned Jevon Carter really kind of picking up Trae Young before the ball was even thrown to him. I mean, not just picking up 94 feet, but pre-94 feet. And that's not something everybody can do either, right?
No, it's definitely not. I mean, we've seen really West Virginia and Kansas are the two teams that can certainly do that the best. Texas Tech plays a different style of defense as well, but those two guys have the one guy in Jevon Carter and Devontae Graham who can match up against a guy like Trae Young defensively, and that changed what Oklahoma did. They used Christian James and Rashard Odoms to bring the ball up the floor. They had some success about it, but you look at the numbers. I mean, their average possession offensively last night was 15 seconds, which is generally a lot higher than what they normally play at. They're averaging about 13 and a half going in. So that offense slowed down a little bit and made them not be able to get some of the easy buckets that they're generally able to get when Trae Young's bringing it up.
Well, one of the things that they get their easiest buckets in is transition, and that was really cut down because Trae Young seems to have an innate ability not only obviously to get up the floor quickly, but sometimes he just advances the ball with passes that most people wouldn't even see. The transition game seemed to maybe be as much effective as anything against West Virginia.
Yeah, two fast break buckets last night, and like you said, that takes away so much of what makes Trae Young. His ability to find Brady Manick both in the corner and at the rim, his ability to find Christian James with those driving kicks, things like that, where they get sort of easy buckets going in really fast possessions, those 5-6 second possessions, much less the 14 and 15 second possessions. Yeah. That gets their offense going and allows their defense to get reset, which they didn't have as much last night either.
I would venture a guess that as they go to Iowa State on Saturday that you're likely to see a return to Trae Young bringing the ball up, having the ball in his hands. I guess we don't know how his health is going to be, but at least what the Sooners will be facing in the Cyclones would lead you to believe they'll put it back in Trae Young's hands.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You would expect Trae Young to be a true point guard in this game, bring it up. I think you'll see his assist numbers go back up. Now, will he get the 14 like he got against Texas? I don't know about that, but he's not going to just have one. They're going to bring the ball up the floor with him. What Iowa State doesn't have a guy like Jevon Carter, like Devontae Graham, that are going to be able to defend them like that. But that said, Hilton Coliseum is one of the toughest places to play in the league. Probably would put it number 2 behind Allen Fieldhouse.
Yep, 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon games. People get fired up there in Ames. So we'll see. It's an ESPN game on Saturday afternoon between the Sooners and the Cyclones. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.